How's my ribs, dude? I'm not as sore as I was on the day of the event. It's still a little bit sore, but thank God I have my prescription medication from like a previous knee, not knee injury, but like a previous knee issue. Like I guess I'll talk about that in a moment too. But yeah, so I've been taking that, and it's been helping. So first we're gonna just talk about like the match here. So this was at the IKF PMT Point Muay Thai event in Duncanville, Texas, at the Field House. I fought at the end of the day type of deal. Like I didn't fight till like 6 p.m. in the evening. I was there from 8 a.m. all the way to 6 p.m. and I was there. I got there early just to weigh in. And I spent like the past 2 weeks before the event just cutting weight. So like when you were seeing my, if you follow me in my either on my Instagram or personal Facebook, I was sharing like my weight loss. That wasn't actual weight loss. That was just me cutting water and salt. So like I actually blew back up over the weekend, just rehydrating and eating carbs again. So at this point, I want to say I was fine. I didn't feel like terrible or anything, but like I had a big like lunch, and then I was eating protein bars too, just to kind of like keep my energy up. Um, Also, just like I was somewhat irritated just because I wanted my match so bad, because there was very little people that entered at 200 pounds, and they had like this live, I guess this website that was going live on like the matches and times and stuff like that, and everything was very unorganized at this event, which made me very irritable at times. So before getting onto this match, like all my teammates were already like they had their matches, or one guy was competing already on the mat next to mine. So my coach was in my corner, and this guy, the guy here that I'm competing with, I want to say his name is Micah. I didn't get a chance to really talk to him or his gym. I would love to work with him in the future if I ever run into him again, because he's freaking good. Um, but yeah, so that's the start of the match here. I was the main event. I wish I was the main event. Any matches or fighters that bothered me. There were some, but a lot, it's different when it's like point Muay Thai. Because there were some people that was good at scoring points, but you can tell their technique wasn't clean. Like it wasn't like I don't know. I don't want to say it's not real competition, but like you can tell that they're only good at scoring points. So like their hands were low, their guard was low. It's very like karate taekwondo esque. So me personally, I don't think that's like someone that's good. If you can score points and just tap, okay, but you're not like landing any like real shots. The guy I was competing with, he was good, and like he's had some experience, and you can watch, if you watch this before, you can tell he was definitely pulling his punches on me. Um, but yeah, so like I said, my mindset in coming into this match was like not terrible, but I was really like I was ready to go. Like I wanted to get my match over with so I can go like out with my family and stuff like that. Um but yeah, let's just get started on this, man. Let's watch this. All right. So I have it mute, so that way Facebook doesn't flag, or Facebook or YouTube doesn't flag. So he starts off with Teep, and my game plan in here was to go in, try to find my range and establish my leg kicks, because that's my best technique. I didn't realize how big he was when I first saw him. I knew he was tall and long, but I didn't think he was as big as he was. It's not until I watched the video after my fight where I was like, holy crap, this guy's big. And so, he's landing his punches, his straight punches on me, his jabs, his 1-2s. He's landing very clean, basic shots on me. And you can tell, like I said, he's holding back his shots. But, once I was landing some good shots, and he would return that same amount of, like, I guess, energy back to me. And he kind of saw what I was doing. I made it really too predictable. And plus my head movement wasn't great. I kept my face out the whole time. And, I was just trying to figure out how to get out of his range. And what sucked was, like, every time I threw a kick like that, like, he could reach me and push my head back. And that's what was very irritating. And so it was very hard to kind of like find my footing in this first round, just trying to establish like some sort of respect, and my feints were somewhat working, but see, like I was blocking and moving like that. It was just frustrating trying to get in the inside. Once I move in, I get hit with the 1-2. If I stay on the outside, I'm in his kicking range. So I wasn't trying to get caught with any knees either. So like it was very frustrating. But this guy was good. He controlled the match. He controlled the pace. He let me work. He was nice about it. But he had great footwork. Great use of his range. He's definitely experienced. But I'm glad he let me work too. Like he let me get some shots and he didn't just like bully the shit out of me. But man, like it was hard to keep my guard up too, man. Because every time I kept my guard up, he just break through it with the punch. And there he threw a teep and knocked me down. And the ref, this was probably the coolest ref out of the whole like event. He let us work. I'm just gonna pause it here. Yeah. So that was the first 2 minutes of the round. Like you can see we're just feeling each other out and we're just like, seeing what the level experience is. And you can clearly tell he knew that I wasn't great. And so he controlled me the majority of this time. And I cut out the minute rest between the rounds. So like after that first round, which I thought I did okay. I knew I didn't win that round. I thought I did okay. Went back to my corner and I told my coach right away. I was like, dude, he's long. Like he's good. And my coach was like, yeah, I can tell he's good. He definitely has some fights under his belt. He's probably a experienced amateur. My coach was like, but you're doing good though, man. You're moving, you're finding your kicks. Just keep moving. Do not let him corner you. Just, find the space to attack and to kind of like just get inside, and that's, again, like I said earlier, that's what makes it hard because he's so much bigger than I am. See, Muay Thai is definitely hard when you're undersized. But I don't know what fighter you'd study for being an undersized fighter. I mean, like it's definitely hard. Sanchai is definitely one of the go-tos when it comes to undersized fighters. But like when you're heavier, it's when you're fighting someone who's a lot heavier, it's a lot different too. Because I was around, I want to say I was around like 200, 205 after the weigh-ins. This guy is definitely like 230 plus. And what sucked was like a lot of the guys at 200 weren't even there by the end of the day. Either some of them never showed up or some of them went home. And so by the time I had my match, I was just pretty much a warm up for this guy because this guy fought right after our match, and he went hard on that next fight, which I will talk about later. But yeah, it was rough. I thought you had a good game plan with the low kicks. Thank you, man. Yeah, that's essentially what the game plan was. Like my leg kicks. I want to say my leg kicks is my best weapon when it comes to just like sparring or doing Muay Thai. Like I have the most confidence with it. Like if I can land one on you, then I know where I can establish my range. But it's different. Like I said, it's different when you're fighting someone who's a lot heavier and a lot bigger. This guy had every physical advantage on me when it came to just like our match. Like he was bigger, he was stronger, he was longer, he was faster, way more experienced, like everything. This guy checked off every single checkbox, and I was just at a complete disadvantage. But he was good, man. I believe his name was Micah. Shout out to Micah, man. Like he was just a really good athlete and a really good a good opponent. He was a good sport. Easier to get inside in boxing. Yeah, boxing. I think boxing it's easier to get inside too because you're not worrying about like taking a knee to the face or to the body or kicks. It's just about your footwork really. And honestly, my footwork wasn't the greatest either. I've only been doing Muay Thai for like 10 months, so my footwork is trash. But like I said, this guy let me work, so he was really cool about it. The taller guys, the overhand is open because they always. Yeah. I should have tried to throw more overhand rights, man. It was just fresh. I guess the frustration of his length got to me, knowing that like if I came in, I had to eat like 2 or 3 good shots just to land one. And so, like I said, even with my kicks, when I landed a kick, his arms were just in my face already. So it was very difficult to kind of to get in with my punches because he was good. His footwork was good and he was able to read me easily. So this is round 2. All right, so my coach just tells me to just keep moving. You're gonna have to eat some to get some. So he comes back. He gets a little bit more aggressive this round now that he's got a taste of what I throw. See, like he was doing that, like he was keeping his hands out, keeping me out of his range, and he was throwing very good body shots, man. Like I gotta give this to him, man. He was setting up everything. He wanted me to chase him so he can set up his counters. I kind of regret keeping my hands so low too. Like, see that I dropped my guard like that. It was just super frustrating trying to get in the inside. And yeah, he was landing his body shots right there. I was blocking the majority of it. Even then, like feeling his shots hurt. Like, I think it's gonna be coming up where he throws a good body punch at me. Yeah, it's a nice one too, right there from him. I just ate that shit. I even when I blocked it, it still went through. There was no point of blocking at that point. I was trying to set up my feints. I caught his kick there, threw a nice body shot. Like because he was so tall, I can only punch his body. I couldn't like really go over his head. Oh man, nice body kick right there. This is where he started like amping up right there. See how he was moving left to right? It's cornering me. I'm trying to throw back, trying to get outside the corner. And he was just really pushing the pace. Like he'll let me push a little bit, then he pushed back a lot harder. And this is his body shots he's setting up. I was feeling those ones. I think he was trying to look for the liver at one point. Right there, that liver shot right there hurt me right there. I felt that one right there hurt me. Then that body kick and the right hand to the head. I was feeling those punches and those kicks. So I was moving, trying to establish my kicks again. And then he can tell I was out of breath, and bam, I'll pause it right there. So thank God I stepped back when he threw that kick, because I think if had I stepped forward or just stayed there, he would have broke my ribs. That was the shot that pretty much sealed the deal of that fight. Like he won that fight with that knockdown. Um, yeah, he was throwing very nice body shots at me, and I was feeling it. I was doing my best to show my poker face, but he can tell, like he could easily tell that I was like my stamina was going away, because each shot he threw at my body, like especially with his punches, I felt like shock waves going through my body. And then his kicks, I think his it was his power kick that got me too. Like even though I blocked it, like he hurt me. And so I wasn't, like I was just trying to survive at that point. To be honest, I was just trying to survive and trying to score some points. I was not expecting that spinning kick at all, especially from a guy that size, because it was already like he was already moving very well for a guy his size. And then to see him throw that spinning kick in this video, he threw it just out of nowhere. And in the fight, I did not even see it. I didn't see he he hit the spin really well. His hands were low, you know. He did it very well. And I stepped away from the kick, but I caught the end of his heel, and it hit me like on you can't see it on my screen, but like he hit me like towards the upper my upper right ribs, like near my chest more. Thank God he didn't go any lower. He probably would have broke my floating ribs if he landed it perfectly. He probably would have broke pretty much my right side of my ribs if he landed it perfectly. But even then, just getting like a nick of it hurt the shit out of me. I was like, when I was post fight, I was like breathing, and it was hurting to breathe. That's how much he hurt me. And like even now, I'm still sore from that kick. But yeah, he knocked me down. The ref was really cool. The ref didn't stop. Thank God the ref didn't stop the fight. He let me continue on. So we'll finish this video, then I'll give like the rest of my input. No, I'm not bruised. What's up, Danny? Yeah, so the ref let me get back up, and I wasn't like, because the adrenaline's pumping, I wasn't like feeling it yet. But he let me get up. He's like, just, do you want to continue? How do you feel? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Let's go. Let's finish this. There's only like a few seconds left. And so yeah, we touched gloves. I'm tired at this point. He knocked the air out of me. But see how like he's moving. Nice body shot. That I felt that one. My hands kept dropping, so he knew what was going on. Yeah, and then that's the end of the round. So went to his corner, thanked them. His corner was very cool. Yeah. So that's pretty much like the 2-minute rounds. Like it had it been, usually it's 2 2-minute rounds, and if it was a tie, then it'd be 3. But this guy clearly won the match. But yeah, this was a rough first match for like point Muay Thai. And for me, especially, I haven't competed in over like a decade. So stepping right into this, only 10 months of Muay Thai, like it was, I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of myself just to be able to do this again. Do I want to stay in this weight class? No way. I'm not. I want to cut to at least 180 by the summer. And hopefully I can get better opponents. Yeah, the better opponents are like someone my size when it comes to Muay Thai.